Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Is that just on mine? Did it say recording in progress on yours?
Yeah, and then it asked for permission.
Oh, do I have permission to record your voice?
You got an all Oregon on you.
Hell
That's
yeah.
what I call it. Anything that has weird rules, I call it going Oregon.
You should be calling it Going Oregon because it is Going Oregon.
And if it's anything like Chimo's, it's about California. Not to offend anyone, but I guess that's how we're going to start this damn show.
I mean, we can always defend people from California. People from California deserve to be, they don't need to be offended, but they deserve to be made fun of. Maybe it is. California, we love you.
Uh-huh.
That's a lie.
He does. I live right above
That's
you,
a
motherfuckers.
big lie, man.
Yeah, no, before we start the show, let's just get into one thing real quick. I saw it was disgusting because it'll be way off wrestling. California, where they got the gay clubs, the teachers have started the gay clubs, and they get the students to time so their parents don't know they're going to these gay clubs.
Wait, they got their parents to do what?
Okay, so check this out. So California schools made some teachers, some fucking freaks, made some gay clubs. And what I'm saying here is no problem with homosexuality. I got a lot of gay friends and everything like that. But when a teacher goes out of their way to do something like this goes under my cloaking belief, where perverts are now using teachers to get inside schools to fuck with kids, to make up little clubs to have at lunchtime so their parents don't know about it, so they can diddle the kids. Dude, I have been on this fucking war path for the last 2 weeks because we'll have to catch up after the show, by the way. Things have gone totally awry from what I was talking about that I assumed. Anyway, they did this behind the teachers' backs. So how they did it, or behind the parents' back. So they're saying that kids who haven't come out to their parents yet get to go to this club during lunchtime that these teachers are holding. And it's where they can go and feel comfortable and hang out in this little gay club during lunchtime. And it's not after school because it's after school and the kids aren't coming home. Parents are going to be like, yo, where were you after school? And they're like, oh, I was at the gay club. But it's not just gay club. And I'm just using gay club as a broad term, but there's also like the transgender, the bi club, the queer club. They got all these, but they're ran by teachers, not the students who used to make up the clubs. The fucking teachers.
So what are the teachers? What's their hand in this? What are they trying to?
They're all for it. It's the teachers that are doing this shit. It's because it's not the LBGQ ABC 123 group. It's the teachers that are doing this. Like, what do you want to call it? They're the activists. They're gay activists, teachers. And like, even I have homosexual friends that turn around and say this shit needs to fucking stop. Like, it's just giving everyone a bad name. I mean, not just like that community, but also fucking the straight community as well. Because we're just bad. Like, we have to go hard with the paint pretty much because we got children that we got to protect, and we got perverts trying to pretend they're homosexuals or transgender people so they can sit there and touch kids. They're trying to pretend to be who they're not because they're pervs. Homosexuals, that's when they want to be with the other or the same sex and have a relationship. Transgender, because you want to change your identity and your gender. Starting gay clubs in school, trying to have kids come in secretly during lunch, you're trying to fucking do something weird.
Yeah,
Because if you're not trying to do something weird, you'll be
lunch.
Open and out about it and be proud about it. Hold it after school. Be loud about it. Say, we got a big fucking club going. I know. The chess club fucked it up. That's why. I went to chess club, but I got a lot of shit for it. Man. Yeah, we got a lot of shit because it was like the dumbest club ever. Like, you go there and you look at some chess pieces and play a game. Hey, I started wrestling club still? Too. I just played it yesterday. No, the day before. How'd you do? Really crappy. I went against the computer, and it was actually on my kid's tablet, so it was even like lower level. But I haven't played in like 20 years, and I love chess. Love Kingfisher movie, dude. Like, or Fisher King, is that what it is?
Searching for Bobby Fischer.
There we go. The Fisher King. Where am I going now?
There's a Fisher King movie too, I think. Is that with Kevin Costner or something?
I just know him for fucking Robin Hood and Last of the Mohicans. Fucking, I won't mind Last of the Mohicans if my school didn't play it over and over. We're
Wait,
watching a
what?
movie today. Sweet. We're watching Last of the Mohicans in history class. I've already
And it's gonna
watched
be
this
all
in sixth,
day.
seventh grade. Yeah, I watch in like every grade. And then like there's always like, what was it? What was the other movie they always fucking played in school? I forget. But it's not So
We have
we're live. We should introduce the show.
Yeah, so welcome to the Thinking Man's Pro Wrestling Podcast. My name is Rusty, the Pro Wrestling Podcast, the Thinking Man's Pro Wrestling Podcast, one of the hosts, Diamond, and I'm here with
G, yeah, that's me, and we ramble on until we succeed. That's the way it's been for the show, dude. Like we can sit there and just take something. This is like just our conversations. This is what we're doing. We're just putting our conversations on the fucking podcast, man.
yeah, I mean
It's fucking
that's what
hilarious.
people want.
It's
They
the
want
truth.
those conversations up on their
Well,
I
it is
think.
based off the fact, like, okay, what is no, I won't blame you, but you were getting me there on the messenger. But I won't say I'm addicted to TikTok shitting. But and when I say this means I'm pooping while I'm TikToking. Okay, I call it shit talking. Um, yeah, dude. Like I swear to God, that app is made strictly for pooping. I'm
It is.
truly
It's
convinced
really good
TikTok's
for
for pooping.
pooping. And that's when I
But
watch it now.
but
That's
then you
about
get
it.
Danny Glover syndrome, dude. You get DGS. Your legs go numb, dude. And you got to call someone in and give you two rigs. And you got to jump in your bathtub, even though you don't got a bomb. It's because you're falling to the side because you don't have any feeling in your legs.
Too old for this
Oh,
shit.
I haven't had one sip of coffee yet, man.
Wait, no, I had a cup of
There we
tea
go.
this morning.
You
I
know, I'm gonna get some PG tips this week.
You what?
I need to get some PG tips.
Some PG?
Yeah, dude, it's the British tea
Oh,
with the
British tea. What
monkeys.
kind was it called?
PG tips.
Easy tips?
PG tips.
PG tips. Okay.
It's got a P that's red, a G that's green, and little tea bags. You throw some cream in it, dude. It's old fashioned tea. I had it. I lived in England for strong 7, 8 years, and then back and forth for 2 to 3 after that. And literally, my nan would have tea time, and like 3 times a day, dude. Like that shit's no joke. Like I don't know if they still do that shit there, but I mean, my nan had tea time. She is now going to be 94 years old on the 31st of this month.
No.
Yeah, it's
Holy
a cool
shit.
shit. Great lady.
That's
Great lady.
old, man.
Yeah, my great
That's
grandmother here just died a few years ago at 98.
Whoa.
Yeah, which tells
Dude, man,
me
you got like the opposite of me. All my people fucking die
no.
early.
Yeah, but here's how it's going to work. You will outlive them somehow for a really long time. And all these people in my family that lived till 90s, I'm going to get to like 50 something, low 60 and peace out.
I'm done. That's good.
Yeah.
We're cool.
Oh no, I was just
Uh,
telling my oldest the other day. Me and my oldest been talking quite a bit. We're just getting to that part. She's about to be a mommy, to be a grandfather. Um, and yeah, dude, like we're just sitting there talking, and what was I talking about now? Damn it! Now I got off the fucking rails in my mind.
Right now we were just talking about old people and how long people live.
Oh
How
yeah,
long
we're talking about age, and so she goes, "Yeah, you know, you still got quite a while." I said, "Well, if you think about it," I said, "The average age for a male, I think we're around 75 now, 70. Is
it's
that what we're
somewhere
rocking?"
around there.
I go, "I'm technically halfway through my life." I said, "I'm lucky if I got another 40 years in me." I said, I said, "I just hit the peak, and I'm fucking snowboarding down at this point. So that's all I'm doing."
But we'll all be uploaded to the cloud soon enough. We won't have to worry about these bodies.
Yeah, so that's a whole nother podcast we got to open up, dude. Really, I've gone deep with Russell Brand in the mind and hitting different lobes in your brain or trying to function with the gray matter. We got to get into that
Dude,
later.
yeah,
That's a
no,
big one.
it's wild.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. And then like the new Matrix is coming out, and I'm gonna be like curious what's gonna happen with that.
Are
What
you're
kind
a
of
Matrix guy?
what?
You're a Matrix guy?
I just saw the first one all the way through like 2-3 months ago, and that's all I've seen.
I don't know if I
But
can do it.
like, I don't know,
I've
man. I
never
see
seen
that
any
can
of
be
them, dude.
something that we're at right now. We're at least at the knocking at the door of that.
Oh yeah, and the thing is, I think AI has completely already taken over.
Well, yeah, dude, we're gonna be listening to podcasts, AI podcasts, man, of us probably pretty soon, man. It's gonna be like, oh, what are G and Rusty gonna be talking about? And then it's gonna be like, oh, okay, let's just AI that, and then it'll just do all the stuff for us. And then
Yeah, they'll make us talk about like white supremacy and taking over America with a new cult and shit. We're like, well, we didn't say that.
yeah,
Biden will
and
come
then we'll
out
be
and be
like,
like,
wait,
I'm
yeah, we did
controlling you
say
all.
that.
Oh wait, he really does say that. Never mind. Fuck you, Joe. I'll say it straight up.
Dude, it's some weird shit, man. The AI, and I don't know, man. The AI is what's gonna get us. Like I can go right now. There's some hypnosis scripts that like you have to do so much to be able to make it not plagiarized and not, using, someone else's shit. But they have this thing like I wish they would have had this in high school, or college or any grade. But you basically plug in like whatever it is, like let's say your book report is on uh, whatever pro wrestling history or some shit, and someone's already done a whole big old thesis paper on it. You just go and you copy the whole thing, you plug it into this AI website, and boom, it pops it out immediately with enough stuff changed that it will not be plagiarized. Like, dude, like what the fuck do we have? We have nothing. Like that's goodbye to us right there. That's any intellectual thing, any sort of anything that we think of is going to be funnier than that. Like South Park, I think like probably 10 years ago, they had a thing where they had a funny bot. Um, and it eventually ended up, shooting everyone with lasers and killing everyone. But, like we'll go out and, have these jokes. And I mean, that's what we're going to do. And like, like they got the news anchors that are the AI things or whatever. I can make videos right now with like for whatever, for a business thing, like where I can use these characters that are made already and have them say or do whatever I want them to. And like that's just going to be more appealing to everyone. Like you get some um is Pat looking person, and just like it's just that's gonna be it. And you just go and you just sort of you go, man. You just That's just gonna be it. They're gonna be telling everything.
Well, see, that's another one where this professor at what Stockton University. I can't remember, but like what's happening is that the AI in our computer systems, and if you think about this, it kind of matches everything too, are convincing humans not to be either gender because they can't be either gender at all as well. And so now instead of they're eliminating sex, which is a big thinker in our minds. Like, we're males, we know we think about sex quite a bit. I'm sure females do as well. And so if you take that part out, we have more time to think and expose our minds, and including taking out other things that we don't do anymore. I mean, we don't technically think anymore. Google does that for us. If we need an answer, we just go Google. We don't sit there and go, off to a library. Like we don't do that no more.
What's
And
the Dewey
so it's
Decimal System?
yeah, or the microfiche.
What's the microfilm? What's microfilm? Ask anyone who's under 30 what microfilm is.
Yeah. Or
Ask anyone who's under
remember
35 what microfilm is.
those big giant DVDs, the laser discs, dude, were huge. You
Yeah,
like throw those cut heads off, dude. Those are
yeah.
taking off heads.
There's nothing now, man. Like yeah, it's just you go, you pick up the thing and you're like, hey Google, what the fuck? And they're like blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh man, Google said it. It's okay. We're good. We're
Oh, dude,
almost here we go.
I've been around some folks when like you sit there and I won't say her name in here because she'll turn on and start talking. But my PA system over there, it blows people's fucking minds on the internet when you ask it a question and gives you an answer. They're like, "Oh my god, so amazing!" No, that's not fucking amazing. That is taking your fucking place.
Yeah. And I mean, what are you gonna do? Like that's a lot of
Who
people right
fucking
there.
needs old people, right?
Yeah.
I got this
It's
computer, your wisdom, I don't need because in about 10 more years, it's going to be very spotty.
yeah, and their wisdom's gonna be uploaded into the cloud already, and then it can AI it and make the wisdom
Well, AI doesn't
fucking
have the virus of dementia and Alzheimer's. That's like a
nope.
computer that starts getting super old, losing their files and their system, and they can't reboot properly. Like,
And it does the
there's a
exact
weakness
opposite.
with age. Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the
I can go
exact
down a right,
opposite
dude. I
of
get it's.
humans.
I don't know if it's healthy what I do at night here. So, like, the fan will go to sleep. I'll dim the lights down, line up some extra work, grab a drink, and I go into the rabbit hole of like the mind and space and the universe. And I blow my fucking goddamn mind, dude. I'm like, no way. Oh, do you know too? Like black holes are like converging with each other right now. It's crazy,
The
dude.
black hole into a black hole.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
Harlem into Chicago. It's like, wow, you don't fucking know what goes on then.
And where's that put us? And where has that put us? And if we're already at that spot, where are we really? And you get into this whole thing, your head just goes,
Oh yeah.
and you're
And
fucking
the fact
losing
that
it,
we only
man.
use one half of our brain, dude, and if we were able to use both sides, like we could possibly move things with our mind. It looks
Yeah,
like I'm
I
having
mean
an
it's,
earthquake here.
and then if we can't, there's going to be some sort of update type of deal into our brain. Will where we'll be able to, but then we won't be using our bodies. We won't have our bodies, but in our Matrix land, Matrix world, then we'll be able to do it, and we'll be able to move things using telepathy and shit. And
Sure, for
it's
sure.
gonna be weird, man. But it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen in our lifetime, in our quote unquote lifetime.
Do you
But
think you
what
already
is
do
our
that kind
lifetime
of?
now?
Do we already do that with video games and computers that move stuff with our mind? That is the second time I've fucking hit my desk today and my shit shakes. But
With your what?
oh, I keep hitting the desk and all of a sudden my camera goes. No, like,
Oh,
is
okay.
it a
You're
way
not
kind of
just
like
it's not fucking with me.
like we play video games, use computers, and technically we just use our fingers. But I mean, we're not looking at the keys anymore. We're just staring at a screen, and we're functioning to know by what muscle memory or whatever, or however you want to do it with your hands, to know where these buttons are and keep functioning smoothly. Like that's already starting to do that. Like we've opened that up, and we couldn't do that 100 years ago because we didn't have TVs and fucking video games. So
And then you put the Oculus. You add that into it, where you got
I,
the whole set VR set going, and
do
you're
you fuck
doing
with that
this,
shit?
and you what?
Do you mess with that shit, the VR
I've
stuff?
never tried it. I'm
Same
curious,
here.
but I think it's going to be a slippery slope if I do it. I've heard some people don't come back, and that's all they do. They're just always in that world.
Oh,
It's the Matrix,
okay. So we will totally get into wrestling topics in a moment. But one more. The metaverse, dude. That's what that shit fucking is.
and why do you think they changed their name to
I've
Meta?
seen fucking Wally, bro. I've seen Wally. I know what the fuck happens.
Right? It's turning into Wally. That's
All right,
really
dude.
what's
Here, all right.
happening.
Here's what we're gonna do because we were deep diving just into this shit, dude. We need to open up another podcast to go deep diving into these topics for sure.
Sure.
Because people are gonna turn the show and they're like, pro wrestling, and they're into fucking black holes and metaverse and moving shit with their minds. What's going on? Technically, it's no different from pro wrestling. You can relate all of this shit somehow in a storyline, and it will work.
I mean, there's people that I mean, look at Kane and the Undertaker. They can both make things, fire appear and shit. Hmm. You're muted.
I was muted.
You were muted for a second. Go ahead. You're good
All right.
now.
Yeah, that it worked, and it's the one in very many because I mean, you take out the other gimmicks like that. Another one's kind of like Boogeyman, where you pop up out of nowhere. I mean, that worked for a good shit laugh real quick. Um, Shit that didn't work is like, what is it, like Mantar?
Oh yeah,
And like
Mantar or the
even what was it, the Mummy or
the
the
Yeti.
Yeti? Yeah, the
Yeah.
Yeti. No, yeah, that was shit.
Or the White Undertaker. I forgot what
The
his name
Zombie
was.
on
The
ECW,
zombies,
the
yeah.
Zombie.
The zombie in ECW at WWE ECW.
Yeah,
Like
just
a fucking zombie, man. Like they thought that was a good idea less than 20
well,
years ago.
part of it was because it was on the Sci-Fi Channel, and that's because they also had a vampire character. They had Kevin Thorne
Wait,
on
what?
ECW.
Kevin
CW,
Thorne? I don't remember Kevin Thorne at all.
yeah, he's a vampire guy with Shelly Martinez.
Don't remember Shelly Martinez.
They're the vampire couple on there, and then there was a zombie, and then there was
You muted again.
yeah, it's when my text messages are coming in right here.
Okay, so
I don't know why it's doing that.
I don't either. But so
Yeah.
what were you saying?
So they had the vampire, the zombie. What else did they have? They had a couple other weird.
Getting more text messages.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's my notifications, but there was because of the Sci-Fi Channel and their shows on at the time. They were trying to relate to some things. I don't. Walking Dead wasn't even out.
I don't think so.
And it's not even on Sci-Fi Channel, so I don't know. Oh, I think they had George Romero's or no, Dawn of the Dead, but wasn't George Romero's. Might have come out around that time. I can't remember. But yeah, it was to relate to that kind of stuff because they had a crowd on Sci-Fi Channel watching all these shows, and then you're putting pro wrestling on there, so they wanted to try to relate to that audience.
And then they're like,
Yeah. You watch
that's
any NXT War Games last night?
no, I did
Okay.
not. So it looks like Gargano and O'Reilly are out.
I don't know about O'Reilly because he's going to fight Von Wagner Tuesday.
Oh, okay. So Tuesday could be his last thing, and then
Tuesday could
Wednesday,
be.
I
Well,
heard
here's
it that
how it
he
goes
threw up
down.
a Undisputed Era sign during it.
I
O'Reilly
didn't see
did.
that.
I didn't
I
either.
watched,
That's
so I got all the way up to right before the main event. I haven't watched that yet, and I haven't watched Gargano's farewell goodbye speech at the end. Yeah, yeah.
I just haven't been able to get I liked him when like he was with Champa, but he wasn't the reason I liked that tag team, but I liked it, but I don't want to see him single. It's just I can't get behind him. Either way, I can't get behind him as a face or a heel. But that's just because Champa's
He's
so good.
yeah, he and it's hard to make him either or for that. Like you make him face and it's good, and if you make him heel, he'll still be a face.
Yeah.
So he's
I
one
mean
of those guys.
they had an all right feud. But
Yeah.
it was because of Champa again. I don't think it was anything. It could have been Champa versus anybody, but it's just because, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever, Johnny
Well,
Gargano.
report says Braun Breaker went over and got the pin to win the main. So I'll have to watch that. I spoiled it for everyone. I just realized I should have said something, but I'll go over
Did
to
Chucky come out? Or
I
did he
don't
do
think so. No.
a breaker line or let's see, I was thinking
A breaker recliner.
yeah, breaker recliner or the Franken breaker.
Freaking breaker. It would be
They're gonna
the
take these
breaker
ideas,
signer.
man. It's gonna
Oh
happen.
yeah. Oh, they always do. I told Eric, I'm like, I swear I'm Mike sometimes with the shit that I come up with. Um, yeah, it's fucking weird. what was it? So yeah, I saw that, and oh no, so it starts off with the women's War Games match. Um, they have a girl named Cora Jade on there. She hurts her shoulder in the match. She comes out the skateboard, and the crowd is so pleasant in this. You should watch the first match and hear what the crowd says. She comes out on the skateboard, and I think she goes to do something. She botches it. I didn't catch it. I got to watch part of it again. And the crowd starts going, "You can't skate! You can't skate!" And they start chanting, and then they're booing her. This girl on this team, and I sat there and I was like, "Gosh, she reminds me of something." And I looked at my wife. I'm like, "That is an AJ Lee reboot." That's what it was. And so she goes up to the top of the cage, and one of the girls are laid out on from Toxic Attraction on the table. She does a moonsault, or no, she does like this weird ball swanton bomb and cracks her shoulder on the mat. Now, I'll give her this. She sold it pretty well.
I didn't have to
Because I
sell
was like,
too hard.
dude, that looks pretty legit. Now, Io Shirai in the middle of it, though, what totally gives it away is that Io Shirai goes over and starts pulling her arm back out and trying to pop it back in the middle of the match. And I'm
Was she on her
going,
team?
yeah. I was sitting there, I'm like, yeah, this wouldn't happen because she would get her ass when she went to the back. She ain't no fucking doctor. She doesn't need to be ripping at somebody's arm that's out the socket. So I was like, oh, this is a work. And at the end, Cora Jade gets the cover on the face or the baby faces and go over. So
Whoa.
you just went all PlayStation. What is
You
that?
what?
Or TV? Your back screen went all weird.
Oh, I changed it. It's just I just blurred it because it was doing weird shit with this here behind me. I got my jacket and my thing, and it was messing with me. I might just go and take it all off and just be like, well, this is what's in my background. But
But yeah, she
yeah,
got the
dude,
cover.
it's some weird shit, man, and it's nothing that's like that
Oh,
exciting.
now you're all
Yeah,
clear
so
back there.
this is my shit here. This is I changed the placement of the camera. Like I have normally my camera's over this way, so I'm looking this way, but I have my laptop over here, so I switched it up.
Gotcha.
See if it sounds better. Just trial and error. Hopefully, man, if I can get one podcast that sounds fucking good with my audio, man, I'll be so happy after however many months, man.
We'll rock in a
I,
day. I haven't had too many
it sounds
issues.
good today. It sounds
Yeah.
like it could be good. Even I might even go up on Audacity after this and run it through a filter and just get it all leveled out. But yeah, dude. And now with like so the commercial, like I couldn't do the final touches on it, all the America stuff. So I made a commercial, and it had a whole bunch of America stuff, like a whole bunch of special effects stuff. And it was, I don't know, man. But basically I had a dude that I'm friends with who like is an artist and like makes movies and music and shit. He's like, well, I can change this. I'm like, well, fuck. Like, but it was too late because like everything's already been mixed and that's been put in there. And like I wouldn't be able to put that back in. But he wanted to do some stuff to it. I don't know if he's still gonna be able to or not, but um like if I wouldn't have put the America stuff on there and let him do stuff to it first, that would have been okay. But now I think it's been too late. But so if I'm making another commercial up here, then I can he said he would do stuff before I send it off. It's like, well, yeah, it would have been nice to know that earlier, but I wouldn't have thought of that in a million years to ask him for help because how often I ask people for help on things it's never.
It's I call it
So
collaborating.
yeah,
Collaborations. That's yeah. Uh, I can't get into a deep dive, but I told you a few weeks ago what I assumed was going on in my life here, and oh shit, hit the fan this morning. So
And what?
it's great. We'll get into it after the show. It's fucked, but yeah.
Oh,
I have some new adventures in life coming up, and that's gonna be fun.
oh,
Yeah.
oh.
But yeah, no, your next commercial, here's my idea. And I don't know why I've always wanted this in somebody's commercial. Like somehow you tear through the screen and your head comes out and you're just like, yeah. Like, I don't know, for some reason. Like this crazy,
Love it.
like when the lady's
Doing it.
shopping by the clothes, all of a sudden like the TV screen rips open, you come in, you're like, yeah. Like every time they say something like, I want to buy this, you're like, yeah. I don't know.
Okay, that's gonna happen. That's the next commercial, man.
Just tearing through shit. Like a Hogan shirt, like you just keep tearing.
Yeah, whatever.
And like you tear like a dozen of these shirts, like it says like Rusty Mania across it or something, or like Thrift Mania, and you tear it open and you tear like 12 of them, and at the end you're just making a joke. You're like, how many of these fucking things do I have to tear open through this commercial? Like you just say something like cheesy like that. I don't know. It's great.
No, it's good because I like I don't know, 'cause I'm trying to go cheesy over the top, like it's the
Or you
way to
do a
go.
Willy Wonka thing, thrift with me, and you'll see. Like you can do a whole commercial like that, ripping off that song as a parody.
I wonder what the parody would be like, the actual law or whatever for that, like how much we could do without
Oh, look at
their
Weird Al.
consent. And I mean, it's not long enough as in public domain. So I don't know, like, and with parody, with music, I don't know if I have to get their
I
permission or
thought it only
not,
has to
or
be
if it
20
can be
years to be a
sampled.
public domain, isn't it?
No, I think you have to be dead for a certain amount of time, except for a few things. They have to be
Michael
dead
Jackson
for,
and Beatles.
yeah, like, well, Beatles stuff isn't public domain. It's owned by, or it was owned by Michael Jackson, and then who bought it? Someone bought it from him. I forgot who it was. I want to say it was
No.
Apple. I think maybe maybe it wasn't Apple. So I've been watching the show Mythic Quest on Apple TV. It's with Mac from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and I think that they have, I mean, like the music they play on that show, like it would have cost so much money. Like they have so many songs. I'm like, but then it's probably Apple just, or iTunes just owns the rights to these songs and can, put them in whatever shows they want, or, have some sort of something. Cause I mean, it seemed like there was way too many songs that would cost a lot to get the rights to. I mean, I'm Mr. Public Domain now. I don't know, because I mean, I was thinking for this next commercial, like add in like old cartoon things and stuff in the middle of it. Like there's
How
some
does it
old
work for
Looney Tunes.
TikTok though when you can add music on top of your shit from other artists? Like, how does that work? Like when I sit there and I make a video and I can use an artist's song on top of my TikTok video and I don't need their permission and it's just right there. Like I don't understand that one.
I don't either. With it, I don't know if it only being such a short amount of time or
If
what
there's
on
any
it.
young bucks out there, and I don't mean the wrestlers who are watching our show, when we talk about these things, go ahead and send us something or reach out to one of us and be like, oh, this is why you get to do that because they're Chinese and they don't give a about copyrights. That's the only thing I'm
Yeah, it
coming
could
up
be.
with. So
That's probably the most logical answer, man. Like, dude, man, that's my
that's just
favorite
my
shit.
right
Like,
side talking. Sorry.
yeah, dude, man, those like my favorite part, I think, of being in China was seeing all the bootleg shit and all the things that are like misspelled and like, like, or don't make any sense, or um like, yeah, shirts that say like, I don't know, some dumb shit, or people, they would get like, there was uh, like a mirror, like what do they call it? Like a closet door mirror. And like, it was all pretty writing, but it just said like a bunch of bullshit, like in English, because people think the English stuff looks so pretty. It's like us, like people getting, the whatever kind of tattoos that have some sort of Chinese characters or something. And Who knows? So yeah, like that. Okay, like yeah, and then so it's like the same thing in China or whatever, and all those places, and there's like it's oh man, I forgot what it's called. There's some
Kanji?
Instagram page I follow. I think it's
Oh,
called Bad Shirts or something like that, or something. But I don't know, man. That shit just it entertains me. I mean, it's good, to try and,
yeah,
but I don't know. I
mine.
don't know the shit
I
anyway.
made
I
sure
couldn't tell
mine
you.
were good. Mine are actually Japanese, and I made sure they were good. But their characters can mean multiple things, and so you got to make sure sometimes. And so like mine mean good fortune and long life, and I made sure that's what they meant. And I got the good fortune one when I was having super bad luck, and I got the long life after the very first time I almost died. Yeah. So that hasn't worked out too
Dang.
well because there was two more times after that. So
But you didn't die.
I know.
So it did, maybe it
I,
did help.
I guess it worked out so well. I'm looking forward to next year's surgery.
Right.
Oh, so shitty. I'm getting my epinephrine, epidural shots hopefully soon for the pain. It's
Oh,
just,
really?
yeah, dude, I'm in a lot of pain. Like it's been bad. But I'm getting through
Holy
it.
fuck.
Erica's been like when she knows I'm in pain, she'll grab me the ice thing or whatever, let me lay there for a couple more hours in the morning and shit like that. But yeah, it's not working out too well. And it's nothing that they did wrong. It's just my neck's pretty in shambles. Never thought about it. It's gotten a lot skinnier, as you can see. I noticed that just the other day.
Wait, it's got what?
My neck's gotten more narrow now. My stack of dimes, man. My stack of dimes as they stay in the business.
Shut-
So yeah,
A stack of dimes.
dude, there's dimes in there jingling around. I'll tell you. No, let's get back to War Games. So that happened for the women's match. Then came Cameron Grimes versus a guy named Duke Hudson. Not very familiar with. I thought
That's
Cameron
such a
Grimes was
shitty
going to
name.
lose because it was a hair versus hair match. So I was like, oh, long haired motherfucker getting his head shaved. Nope. Cameron Grimes wins. Duke Hudson gets his head shaved. So I saw
What?
that one. Oh God, what else was there on the show? There's a tag team match, which was O'Reilly and Wagner versus Imperium for the tag
Who's
belts.
Imperium?
Um, why am I? Eichner and Imperium's with Walter.
Oh,
It's all
okay.
those guys. Yeah, it's all those guys. So two of them, it's Eichner and I don't want to have to look it up. This didn't have to happen.
Steve.
Steve, that's it.
Steve. Yeah.
Whew, thank you.
Yeah.
Eichner and Steve. Whoever the other tag team guy is, yeah, sorry, we forget your name right now, but he is actually a really good wrestler. Yeah, pretty talented guys.
So these are British
Um,
guys?
no, they're the Germans,
Oh, they're German. Okay, so they're European though.
Austrians and shit. Yeah.
Cool.
Funny
It's
thing was, as they come out the NXT belts, I'm an asshole like this. I look at the wrestlers up and down. You got to fit a fucking certain, like, specifics to be a pro wrestler in my eyes. And I get up to the belt and I'm like, oh, your belt's upside down.
they
Yeah.
wore it to
The
the
other one
ring
had,
upside down.
yeah, the other one had his belt up the right way. The other one had it upside down. I just sat there and like his belt's upside down. It's like, I noticed it right away. And I was like I would be, if I was in the back like Bruce or Triple H or something, I would be like, what the fuck? Like, you should be doing this. But then he's from Europe. Some countries we do things backwards over there. I mean, we in England we drive on the wrong side of the road. So
Yeah. Like, I mean,
I've
I
come
thought
to
it could be
terms with
like
that
a
over
heel thing, putting it upside down, but they didn't make any reference to it, did they? Like, they weren't like, oh, this shit's upside, like what the Miz
like
used to
Miz.
do when he would take the microphone and the little
Still
square on
does.
the microphone and flip that,
Still does.
something like that. Because
Speaking of which, I didn't get to watch his promo with Edge, and I heard it was pretty good. And a lot of people in the back got pretty pissed off with it too. So
that
gonna
means it's
have to
good.
watch that. And before we get back to the War Games shit here, did you watch the newer? Was it a newer one? Oh, they're all good, but the CM Punk and MJF promos, man, they're
Beautiful.
it's Oh God, it's great.
That could have been the whole 2 hours. They could have just let them go. Like, I mean, that was a combination I never knew that I wanted to watch so badly. Just watching those two. I mean, that's two generations of the best talker in the business.
It's yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's they're getting into, and it's getting good. Wonder how much is talked about in the back compared to what's freestyled in the ring.
Oh, dude, they don't. There's not much. I think it's all pretty. Just let them go. Here's a microphone. You got 20 minutes. Wow us. Don't
Uh,
say
it's
this
like whose
word.
line is it anyway? Like here's a couple mics, guys. Now carry the rest of the show for 20 minutes. Yeah, you just get out there and pull some Ryan style shit. No,
Dude, that guy did not get enough credit for what he did.
oh, severely underrated. Severely.
Yeah, dude, that guy was great, man. He's not
I would
dead, but
say
I mean,
he's the most underrated comedian in the fucking business.
yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean,
We can point of a lot of underrated, but he is like the most underrated.
he should have been in a lot more things. Like, I think the only movie I remember him being in is he had a small part in um Hot Shots Part 2. He's one of the guys when they are in the army kind of a thing.
He's in another one too. Man, it's not an Adam Sandler film, is it? It's just like a brief moment. He's in some movie or something. He's being whiny. I can't remember. You have to check it out, but yeah, nah, he's a good one. That shit's great.
So I went to this restaurant a few weeks ago for breakfast, and man, I wear my same kind of clothes, some sort of sweatpants or something, and a sweatshirt. But she's like, "Oh, it's so nice you get to go and come out to go to breakfast in your pajamas." And so she was wearing a mask at first. She was like the hostess, but then she took it off and she just got like uh, what I called it was Mimi Bobek makeup, like from the Drew Carey show. But it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like
yeah.
she had like these red things here and then like a red like circle on her nose, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I'm
Looking like
like, "What
that
the fuck are you
fucking
talking
Tin
about me
Man.
for?" Like, you freaking I don't know, like you look like I was like, Mimi, you look like Rudolph or something. Like, I don't know, man. It was weird. It was something else, I tell you.
Man,
But
that
dude, yeah, and the
there's
Drew
some
Carey
weird
show was
ones.
fucking great. If you go back and watch that somehow,
Oh
man,
yeah.
I think it
No, I
still holds
watched a
up.
lot of that. A lot of that. Good old
Yeah, man.
Oswald.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so I almost went to the place where they filmed Napoleon Dynamite. I was like, because we had to
Fucking great
put one of
movie.
our cats to sleep
Oh, I'm
last
sorry, man.
week. Thanks, dude. And we went to go
Well, what's
bury
the
her.
name? The name. You gotta bring the
Buttercup.
name. Yeah, cool.
Buttercup, but shithead still kicking. But
Buttercup, dude. I
Buttercup,
started laughing because I'm thinking of half baked. Buttercup,
yep,
butterscotch,
butternuts.
butternuts. Oh,
His
I almost
horse was
blurted
a
out.
diabetic.
Yeah, I almost blurted out a line that a white person's not allowed to say. So when the
But
black
that's
lady
like the
goes
one of the
by,
funniest
F
lines
you.
of the whole movie. Just like how fucking random it is. It's because I mean it's Dave Chappelle and Neil Brennan, humor. And like you can those two guys they can do that and throw that joke in there and it's fucking hilarious whatever 25 years later. I mean it's still funny. It's not funny to some people, but I bet there's a lot of people who still laugh at it. It's
Oh, hashtag I stand by Dave. Sorry, that's the new thing going right now.
me too, dude. I yeah, absolutely 100%.
I stand
I
by
don't the other
comedy.
stuff is whack, but
It's yeah, it's taking a toll on this world, man. It's taking a toll well, on this country. I don't think anyone else really gives a fuck.
I don't think so either. And I mean like, Yeah, there's a lot of places where it wouldn't even make sense. A lot of the stuff with the language, a lot of things wouldn't translate.
When it does, well, when it tries to be translated, you get a really fucked up look with everything. It's
Yeah,
kind of like, what?
yeah.
Yeah,
Hold
no.
my Google Translate up to it, and it's like, what? What
Is that
the
what
fuck is
people do
this?
now? Is that what you don't need a translator book anymore? Someone says something to a phone and you translate it over to English, right?
Well, yeah, like if someone like when I do live streaming and shit, and someone like comments in there, and it's a whole bunch of like Japanese shit. Like I'll take my phone and hold it up to it, and in real time it'll like the text. I click on the text in the camera, and in real time it'll tell me what the translation is. So I can like,
Gotcha.
which is cool as fuck. That was
That's crazy.
yeah, that was something that was
Yeah,
cool.
we're being replaced.
Yeah, yeah. So fucking, we don't need to learn that. We don't need to learn languages. We just click it. Fuck it, man. Click it or ticket.
Dude, that's
Fucking no.
crazy.
Yeah.
TV was the test. TV was the main test. When they came out with that invention, stuck it in front of a family back in the day, and saw them all just go, they're like, "That's what got it."
Yep.
When I
Here,
see
we'll
that
show you some
face,
programming.
you ever seen Drew Carey as the Riddler?
Nope, but I want to.
Not Drew Carey, fucking Jim
God
Carrey.
damn.
Jesus,
Wait,
Jim Carrey is the
man.
Riddler.
I was like, okay, this is gonna be really good. I want to see Drew Carey as the Riddler. So did someone make that? Someone booked that shit. Drew Carey, WWE. You got in with Drew Carey. Like, bring him in as the Riddler.
Ryan Stiles as
So
the Joker.
yeah, both. Oh man, and bring in Wayne Brady or for some reason. Just bring in
As the
Wayne
mayor,
Brady to sing him out.
because he's black, so
What?
he's the mayor. He's the new black leader. You're gonna have that,
He
or
should
the
be.
police chief.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So wait, Jim Carrey is the Joker. So like Batman Forever,
Riddler.
the Riddler, the other,
Yeah, you know
yeah.
when he comes up with that invention where he's sucking everybody's thoughts or whatever out of their
Oh yeah,
brain.
yeah.
That's
Like the
exactly what
popcorn blender thing.
yeah, it's people who are sending out all these things, subliminal messages and shit through our TVs and phones and computers. This is exactly what we're doing. We're just as we're going through and pretty much uploading our interest, dude. Like anything that we're searching, they're gonna funnel more of that shit out there. It's crazy.
Yeah. If it's gonna be zeroed
Algorithms.
in, it's like, oh, I didn't know I wanted this.
Too bad it can't be done with
Exact.
wrestling.
What?
Too bad it can't be done with wrestling.
Oh, it will be. I mean, wrestling is gonna be AI within 10 years.
But don't they do the analytics where they go into computers, dude, and like they go to Google? Can't they pay like WWE pay Google and be like, all right, what is everyone searching for wrestling? Like, is there a big search for ECW? Do we need to revive that? Not saying we need to. Or WCW, or people are liking the Attitude Era content better than this PG era content. Like, yeah, that's what I would be all about. But oh yeah, we gotta get back to war games. Shit.
Yeah.
So Wagner, so the way they report this is totally fucking misleading because every report I've read this, I don't know if it was a fucking screw up or he went too soon, but Von Wagner actually turns on Kyle O'Reilly and goes to clothesline him, and Kyle O'Reilly fights him off and does all this shit, and then they reported as Kyle O'Reilly turns on Von Wagner
Yeah.
this morning. Yeah. But before that turn happens, Kyle O'Reilly's in the ring and they're saying, "Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Kyle." And so I was like, "Oh, he didn't resign." But then all of a sudden he gets in an interview backstage and he's like, "Oh, I'll see you Tuesday night. We'll finish this up."
Yeah. I mean, Tuesday night could be the end of his time. If he's smart, he should go. I mean, they could push him to the moon, but eventually, if he'd get on the main card and he'd get lost in the shuffle. Whereas he
Um,
can go and bring back the Undisputed Era over in AEW and have, I mean, you get that's gonna light up the trios division
yeah,
unless they bring in stupid fucking other dude. But I
So
don't
what
like
else was
Roderick
on there?
Strong.
I feel, oh, thank you. So then there was Roderick Strong versus Joey Gacy. And that was actually
That
pretty
was
good. The only reason why I watched it is because of Harland, who is the new Brock Lesnar.
oh, okay, yeah.
So Brock is 6'3", 286, and then this kid Harlan 6'4", 302. Yes,
Damn.
I am the Rain Man of this shit. That's right. I got heights and weights. New or old, I'm a sick bastard. But anyway,
Good thing to know.
yeah, no. So he's a little bit bigger than Brock, but I just want people to remember that Brock had a lot of his intestines taken out during diverticulitis and lost about 25 pounds. So he was around 310 at one point back in his good days.
Yeah.
So this kid though looks like a fucking psycho. They shaved his head. He doesn't have spiky hair anymore.
Brock
He's got some
Lesnar?
fuck. No, this
Oh,
Harlan
the
guy
other
comes
guy.
out with Joey Gacy, dude.
Yeah.
And then Roderick Strong comes out the Diamond Mind, and that they look like top team from AEW coming out. They look like UFC
Okay.
guys. You got the Creed brothers. You got this black guy who's like their manager. You got this little blonde girl, and then there's like one more, and Roderick Strong. And then Roderick Strong looks like he's about to star in a movie for Philadelphia and have AIDS. He looks really skinny and run down and sick looking. I don't know what's going on.
I that's
But pretty decent match. Harlan did get involved for a second, but he's being used as a fucking monster. He's huge. He stands out the ring looking menacing, and obviously he's gonna snap one day on Joey Gacy and break him in half. But yeah, that's one of the main reasons I watched the show was just for Harlan, because I see huge things and I've been wrong so many times before. So probably this kid's gonna go down the shitter pretty quickly.
yeah.
Well, no, because I mean, check out Baron Corbin. Remember I told you about Baron Corbin? Look where he's at now. He's now
Is he
happy
good?
Corbin.
Is what?
Happy Corbin.
Oh yeah.
I take back everything I ever said about this motherfucker. This guy sucks now. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
You were way into him when he first came out.
They totally changed his look. I go with look. You gotta have a certain look to you to be in this business. You can't come in looking like Roderick Strong and get over seriously.
Yeah.
You come in looking the size of Baron Corbin, Von Wagner, Harlan, then I'm gonna take you seriously. You come
Makes
in
sense,
with like
man. And he
Velveteen
was a football
Dream,
player,
licking and
NFL
rubbing
football
on a
player.
purple couch, I'm turning the shit off. So is Harlan. Harlan Parker Bordeaux is his original. That makes me wonder if that's why they got rid of Karrion Kross. The Scarlet Bordeaux.
Oh. Are they
Who
together or
showed back
something?
up on Saturday night? Karrion Kross and Scarlet? Yeah. Karrion Kross
Okay.
now has hair, full head of hair.
Yep. What was his indie name?
Killer Kross.
Okay. And he
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
yeah.
he's and then I didn't get to watch the Malachi Black versus Buddy Murphy. God, was it WrestleCade or some shit the other week?
Oh, they did like an indie show?
Yeah. And they were the main event. Oh,
Okay.
and then NWA Hard Times 2 was on this weekend. Murdoch won the main event, and then Cardona shows up and beats down Murdoch and holds up the NWA heavyweight title. So
Oh
looks like
shit.
that's next for him. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah,
Yeah, no. It's
there's
gonna be badass.
some woman on there. Her name was Blaze or something. I think it was Blaze. She had some name, Paula something or other. But she's like, I think she's Brazilian or something. But she was on some show that my girlfriend watches, like one of like some reality show. So she knows about her and stuff. And like I don't. I'm like, wait, hold on here. Why do you know about this? But yeah, I don't know. That's all I know.
Huh.
I can't think of what her name is. She uses her real name now because it was something. I think it was Paula Blaze, and like that's
Let's
just
see
kind of a
here.
dumb name. That's probably a name that she thought up. because like no promoter is gonna go and whoever made them like something Blaze is stupid. It's like whoever came up with Just Incredible. You know,
Yeah, but that's a lot better than Aldo Montoya.
that's right. Yeah, a lot better. Like I liked the dude. I like Just Incredible, but I was just like, this is the dumbest name, man.
Well, that was not a good idea to put that name in. Came up with all kinds of shit. Let's take that off my Google. I put Paul
Uh
Blaze. Let's not do that again.
oh,
It came up with somebody else.
really?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, man.
We'll have to
Then
deep dive that
maybe
one
that's just
later. Oh,
something I know in my head.
the crackhead shit that comes across my fucking computer sometimes. It's all good.
Got to get on that
Um,
DuckDuckGo. This show is sponsored by DuckDuckGo this week
yeah.
for all your surfing anonymously needs. DuckDuckGo.
Yeah, if anybody else sees my search, they'll see the New England Patriots search. Because the game's on tonight against the Bills.
Ooh.
Monday Night Football.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
Monday.
so I haven't watched after the main event of War Games comes Johnny Gargano's farewell speech. I haven't seen that. I don't know if it's an actual farewell speech or not. I just know he talks for 2 minutes after the show. So I'm gonna play that after we get done with here. And then fucking I don't know, the whole show was all right. The crowd is really irritating.
Long
Fucking just really
been
irritating.
a while with kind of every promotion.
What's that?
The crowd's annoying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's one of the I don't know. I know a lot of people get pumped up to see live shows. I personally enjoy them on my couch just because of the fucking crowd.
Put in AI people like COVID go ramp up and shit, so there won't be people in the crowd, and put in AI characters in the crowd that are cool,
Yeah,
but not cool. Don't, and I hope none of that happens, except for the AI crowd. I really want an AI crowd.
that'd be cool. Or just I was just sitting there thinking the other day what they did with the when Paul Bear died when they used the hologram Paul Bear.
There's a hologram Paul Bear.
Where no, I know you've had to see this. So when Paul passed, an Undertaker came out to pay tribute, and he was out there, and Undertaker got down on his knee to hold up the urn. All of a sudden, fucking Paul Bear popped up in the ring as a hologram. He goes, "Oh yes, you didn't see this shit? Oh, I'm linking it straight after the show. You're watching this shit, dude.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
it's good shit, dude. Like you'll be like, God damn it, why do you send me this?" So it's a jerker, dude. Tear jerker, not a porn jerker. So,
I'm not a jerker.
but yeah, no, it's a cool
Is
shit,
you
dude.
guys, if you want to jerk off to Paul Bear being dead, you can do that. And that's okay. These are our fans, and you guys are okay. But I might poke fun at you a little bit.
I might block you. Yeah, no, it makes me wonder because they've only used it just that one time in WWE. So I'm wondering how fucking expensive it was. And then, yeah, it makes me wonder if they're gonna do it more often.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Someone gets injured and they're going to be off TV for a while. I mean, that's probably a lot easier to hologram them, and then
I
that's what I'm
mean,
saying.
what
They're going to get
stops?
hologrammed and AI'd, and then we're not going to have to see anyone. No, there's going to be no more wrestlers. There's going to be no more. There won't be any more contact sports. MMA is going to be gone. Football will be gone. Fucking, those are going to be the first ones to go, man. They're going to turn AI. They're going to have AI. Dude, AI football, man. That's it right there, man. Like, dude, that's going to make some money right there. You
Well, yeah, because
watch.
you don't have to actually pay players millions of dollars. Then when
Uh-huh.
the injuries
But
happen, you don't have to do that shit. But here's the only problem. What about going to the live games?
you're going to have holograms.
That'd be weird. I don't know about that shit.
Yeah,
But then when the systems go out, there's no football at all.
that's right. But when, I don't know, man. We're going to
It'll
get back
happen.
into that rabbit hole again.
Yeah, Star Trek. They walk in those like hologram rooms and jungles and shit. You walk
Yeah,
in, you're just like in a wrestling arena. You can actually be in a wrestling ring.
dude, it's gonna
Be on
happen.
be on the show.
I mean,
You're
that's
cutting
gonna be one of
promos in
those
your room.
Oculus games. You're gonna be able to get into the ring, be able to do like the entrance and shit, like walk down the entrance, do.
Talk was the evolution of these games. I mean, look at Grand Theft Auto. I mean, it was an overhead view game. Now it's a fucking 3D run around town, do whatever the hell you want kind of
Yeah,
game. Now, next is actually putting yourself into the game.
I mean they've come close, man. Like with like even at the arcade when you can go and you play, I think it was Mario Kart or something. You go and you get your face, and it like I think you can do that on not Wii, but there was some thing with Mario Kart recently where you go and you can make your own face. I think it was on Wii. You can eventually, or at least use your own character, but I think in the arcade thing you can upload your face.
Gotcha.
And I don't know if it takes a 3D model. I think it's just like kind of a 2D face, but still, like that's not far from putting yourself right in there, man.
That's fucking crazy. No, oh, I brought some. So I was gonna see if you want to do a live watch along. I gotta obtain another copy of Ultimate Deathmatch 3 that we star in. Sorry, it's my
Sure,
little.
let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
We'll schedule a time. We can do online meet and greets with people if they like to give us $2 to talk to us for 2 seconds. Since we are in the movie. No, I'm
Yeah, man.
struggling.
We're
I'm gonna reach out to a couple people and see if they'll actually come on that were in the movie. And everything. Oh, we need to schedule Dave Willis, by the way. We've talked again, so we got to get this guy on. I've seen him at some shows. We got to get him on here.
okay.
And I haven't found the CM Punk wrestling guy. I have no clue who's this guy's name. So if we can get his name and get both of the crying fans on our show, that'd be great.
He's a hologram.
To do that too. Let's
Yeah.
get his face and still shot it. Oh, that's what I was gonna get into. You know, what'd be really, really cool is if they sat there and like brought some of the promos of like Owen Hart, Piper, um, guys that have passed on, and they bring them out and they, you know how you go on Reface and you can make her face sing and all that stuff. You make them cut a promo, and they're like, I don't know how you get their voices still to do it, but like you talk about the today's superstars and shit like that. Like Piper cuts a promo talking about like MJF or something like that. Like, oh, he's the kid
AI.
out there. Yeah.
AI. It's gonna be real easy. It's real easy to do. So it's not far. It's not going to be too far from that
But when we
happening,
do the
man.
other show, going down the rabbit hole on things, we got to talk about when it hits the presidency and when they make him talk and make him say things that he's not really fucking saying and starting wars.
Totally. Him or like the Pope too.
Yeah,
Uh,
he gets up on stage. I'm just letting you all know I do fuck children, and everyone's like,
yeah.
"Whoa!" And he's like, "Oh, wait a minute, I am really saying that."
Do you see the shit about him and like his daughter? Like
The
his
Pope?
daughter, like they found a journal
Wait.
of
The Pope has a
his
daughter?
daughter, Biden's daughter.
Oh, Biden. I thought you said the Pope. I was like, I don't even know if that guy
Oh
can have
no, no,
sex.
Biden's daughter. Like that, like she used to take showers with him like when she was 14. And like that her and her brother and dad both like did stuff to her.
Is
Talk
this
to
the new
Casey about this
diary?
one.
Is this the new diary just came out like a couple weeks ago and someone was trying to expose it and they got shit on for trying to or some shit?
I think so.
There's some new emails for Hunter Biden. I'm following that one pretty deeply. I don't know why the fuck we're not doing more about that shit.
I don't either,
Fucking
man.
nasty bastard. He's got fucking live videotapes smoking crack with hookers. I mean, what the fuck?
So do a lot of people.
He fucked his dead brother's wife. It's
That's
fucking
pretty
weird,
fucked
dude.
up.
He just got this amazing fucking what? Some 24 karat diamond or some shit and $30 million just for being Hunter. Anyway, that's another fucking
Yeah.
show. Jesus Christ, we can do this all day
We
on that one.
so we should wrap it up here before we get too far out, man.
Oh yeah.
Uh
No,
so
some podcasts to listen to that's been really good. If people want to get into his cornies, because I got the same issues with my internet, and Corny complains about his internet, and I feel like Jim Cornette on my days sometimes.
It's a good thing to be, man.
Yeah, he's fucking hilarious, and I'm not a big fan of Brian Last, but he's had some good shit as of late that I've had to agree on about wrestling. And what I'm really pissed about is Conrad and Tony Schiavone's show. They're doing the 1985 Crockett year or whatever. I just can't listen to that shit. That shit puts me to sleep. They're like, it's the best year in wrestling ever, and I'm like, no, no. What is the next pay-per-view? Oh, it's day one. Day one is the next pay-per-view coming up. Is January 1st, New Year's Eve or New Year's Day is day one. So there's that, and then there's New Year's Eve blast with NXT or some shit like that the day before. But yeah, it's Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns at day one.
It could be good.
I haven't seen that much before, so
yeah,
I'm pretty excited. No.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think, and the Paul Heyman's gonna turn thing, and how long is Brock gonna grow his hair out? What else is there? Oh, you know what? AI would be good for the Macho Man promos. Sorry, that was way back to the topic.
Then we wouldn't need Jay Lethal.
And if you do it for Goldberg, he'll finally be able to cut a promo.
Yeah. After however many 25 years or whatever.
Yeah, you take all those guys. You're like, dude, if you could just fucking cut a promo.
Yeah. Nope.
100 years from now, yeah, they'll change history and make Goldberg like Hulk Hogan, and we'll never know any better because his promos will be all done up by AI. And we're like, well, yeah, you can cut a promo when we all know better. You can do shit.
Yeah, you couldn't do shit.
Now, can you AI his matches as well and throw in fucking at least 10 moves? Instead of spear
man, you won't need to sell. If it's AI, you don't need to sell.
If you were doing that, then I should be able to turn on like blood or sweat mode.
Yep. You could. Extra gore mode, man. I got a jet, man. So,
yeah. So let's finish it always the way we do.
Yeah, stop being a fuck unless people are being a fuck to you, and then you don't have to be a fuck unless they're a super fuck and they're doing it to be a fuck. Then you can fuck with them, but don't fuck with them otherwise. Just fuck off.
I'm being fucked, and I'll tell you this right now. I used to sit there and fuck with people back, and I just don't anymore. I don't want to say I'm being a pussy and turn the other way. I'm just tired.
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
It's something, should have done years ago. But when you get to be our age, you're like, I don't give a fuck anymore. This person's just an idiot.
Well, here's a good one.
I don't have to deal with them anymore. We're good.
I usually always end it with you saying, if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of others. That's an obvious one. But this week, because of a loss, check in on your pets.
Hey, thanks, man.
Checking on those guys. So I'm having a confrontation with my ginger stepson because he decided to shoot my daughter with a gun in the head. As the story goes, it's like a wrestling story. So really quick, Milo jumped on the baby one day trying to play around and caught her in the top of her head, and he hit like a little vein there. So she bled quite a bit out of her head. Looked like she gigged herself. And she runs down the hallway going, Milo shot me. Milo shot me. A 5-year-old just comes running at you, blood pouring out. Where I'm like, what the fuck? It's really funny looking. Got the blood away. She doesn't like blood, but ever since then, because Dee's my little, she's my buddy. Me and the cat don't see eye to eye anymore. So just saying. But
after that,
I'll check in. I've been missing my dog every day. I have a big screen of her every day, Maggie. And
she was a good dog, man.
Yeah, they do a lot of things for people. So checking on them as well. So if you got a fucking pet tarantula, by all means, you don't need to check on that motherfucker. You don't need to touch that shit. So take care of each other. It's the holidays, like I said. Definitely checking on mental standpoints where everyone's at, because it's gonna be depressing times, even though it's supposed to be the happy times of the year. We'll announce the show when we do the watch along, and then we'll announce the other show, the rabbit hole, whatever the hell we're gonna call that show. And I am G. Yeah, that's me.
I'm Rusty Diamond.
And we'll see y'all next week. Love you, folks.